Is it true that God will only love me if I do everything He commands? Let's find out. G'day everyone, Brian here. Some people look at the Ten Commandments as this list of rules that I need to obey if God is going to love me. That if I break one of the commandments, then God will hate me and I'm destined for hell. But remember yesterday I said that the context matters. What we see in the Ten Commandments is not in fact a list of rules that you need to obey to be accepted by God. And here I need to confess something. Over my lifetime, I've known the Ten Commandments. I learnt them as a child. I have understood them, but I think I've misunderstood them in some regards. A few years ago, painfully few years ago, and it should have been much clearer to be much earlier, I was sitting in a youth group listening to the youth group leader discuss the Ten Commandments. And he pointed out to those young people what I'm about to point out to you, and it changed everything for me. Now, I'm sure I've heard it before, but suddenly on that Friday night, it all made sense. Because it's not God saying, you must do this. Rather, it's God saying, I have done this for you. This then is how you should live. How do I know that? Because of the way Exodus chapter 20 begins. Here is the voice of God speaking to Moses and through him to the people. God spoke all these words. I am the Lord your God who brought you out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery. That's it. And then the commandments follow that. Now, this doesn't mean Egypt is always the land of slavery for everybody, but it was for God's people at that time. And the story of him leading the people out, of Moses leading the people out and across the Red Sea, is a wonderful, miraculous, glorious story. In fact, it's a story that's still celebrated every year in the Passover. And it was after that. It was after God's act of great grace, God's act of great mercy, that he says to them, this then is how you should live. Don't get confused. It is God's grace first, and then how we live. So it's our response to what God has done for us. Tomorrow, we're going to look at why it's important to see this as a community, more than just an individual act. It's individual because we all make up a community, but how it relates to a community. Anyway, have a great day today. Keep your eyes on God, on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith, and don't get lost. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.